Hey.
Welcome to the Bleeding Burgundy podcast, a Washington football podcast by fans for fans. With your hosts, Jesse Martin.
You want to play what? Okay. Say hello to my little friend.
John Taylor.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
And Keith Gray.
The King, your majesty.
And now here's your host, John Taylor.
Oh, hey, everybody. I hate this clunky beginning to this doggone thing. It was working out just fine for the old podcast. And anyway, the Bleeding Burgundy podcast now seems to be just whoever is behind the microphone whenever that video stops playing. Today it's me, John, and here's my buddy from across the pond. And what was it? Spoon in Furnace? Is that what it is?
Barrow, but yeah, we're getting there.
Barrow and Furnace. Okay, at least I got two of the words. From over in Barrow and Furnace, UK, my friend Scott. How are you doing, Scott?
I'm great, thank you, John. Thanks for having me on again. It's great to talk to you as always on a weekend. If I sound like a machine at times, I apologise. The weather's quite bad here, and I'm using my mobile data, so hopefully we'll get through this.
I should hope so. You know, we all know about all that. Oh, here comes Jesse now. Hey, what do you know? What do you know? And coming on in late to the show, our friend Jesse. How are you, my friend?
You know what? I saw this shit pop up on my fucking YouTube on on my phone. I was like, shit, I fucking forgot. I was like,
your texts, they still aren't working, I guess.
Oh, you texted me?
Yeah, all day.
No,
well, like twice. It's not like I'm Jesse. Where are you, man? Where are
what
you,
the
man?
hell? No, I got zero texts from you, John.
Get the fuck out of here. Did you change your number or something? Is that what it is?
Last time you texted me, it was got a new bit for a show based on my Andrew Norwell video.
All right, no, this one was from 3:57 this afternoon. Text still not working, and I enclosed a dick pic, so you should have got that. All right. So anyway, coming to you live from the beautiful studios overlooking downtown Moose Knuckle, Idaho. Here's our friend Jesse Martin. All right, we're going to pick some football games. So would any of us actually have picked the Commanders? I did. I picked the Commanders to win on Thursday. Scott, did you pick them to win?
Yeah, I did. I thought it was a get-right game. And obviously the way we've been playing, I wasn't hopeful, but we just hung on in the end.
Hey, you know what? That's sometimes what you got to do is just hang on in the end. In fact, that's a good description of a lot of my sex life. Just hang on just hang on. All right, that's really not very nice. Okay, I'll tell you what.
Just hang on.
Jesus Christ. That's
Sorry.
Oh, all right, fine. You can watch the show while we're on the show. That's all right. That's fine. All right, so I guess we should just jump right on into it here. We're going to start off with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I did happen to notice that Tom Brady bought a pickleball team. So, you know, you're going to have to play here sooner or later because the most popular sports figure in America is now owning a pickleball team. And that's Drew Brees. And now so does Tom Brady. You don't know what pickleball is over in the UK, do you, Scott?
I have absolutely no idea what pickleball is. I'll be perfectly honest with you. No idea. It's a new one.
It's a hell of a lot of fun, I'll tell you that. It keeps my old ass in shape. That's for sure. And Tom Brady just bought a pickleball team. I guess that's what you do when your wife leaves you, you know, and you're just sitting there surrounded by your millions, wondering what to do with yourself. He should bitch and cry in the media and say, look, I got my face done for her, because there's no way that a man's face looks like that. He looks like a fucking mannequin, don't you think? Do you think, Scott? What do you think? Is he made of plastic?
Yeah, he looks like he's out of Madame Tussauds waxwork, doesn't he?
He sure does. He looks, and you know, considering how Madame Tussauds usually is, it's probably like he looks like a waxwork of, I don't know, you know, Ian Dury or somebody. But you probably don't even know who that is.
Yeah, during the blockheads, I know who they are.
He does. Now, see, Jesse doesn't. Now, yesterday I got yelled at on the show. Scott, do you know who Jumpy Gathers is?
No, I don't.
No. All right. Well, you know what? You're in another country. You got an excuse. Jesse, you knew who Jumpy Gathers is, right?
Yes, I do. And speaking on the if we picked the Commanders to win on Thursday. I did in my work pool. We do a confidence. Each year we change it up. Last year was against the spread. This year was confidence. And I put them as my 1-pointer. So, but I did pick, but I picked the very last. So I did get a point for that. But most people, we have a huge pool at work. I mean, there's multiple $1,000s involved in this. The winner, first, second, third place gets a lot of money. But I was one of 3 people that picked Washington to win. So,
did anybody have him better than a 1?
I think Rusty had him as a 3, and the other one was 1. So,
damn Rusty. Rusty always.
He's y'all both met Rusty. He was at the game.
Okay.
But he's way down in the pick, so there's no way he's gonna come back.
I met Rusty. And you know what, Scott, I don't know about you, but when I met Rusty, I said to myself, I said, this is a guy that really can't pick football games. All right. Well, speaking of picking football games, I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers giving 10 points to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Look, the Kenny Pickett era started with whimper.
Oh, my God, John. It's good. Your shit's going off again, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I thought it was just me, Jesse, but yeah, it's okay.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
You're there now.
Still?
Yeah, your mouth is moving, but nothing's coming out. The Pittsburgh Steelers are +10. This game is, Steelers suck. They might be as bad as we are, to be honest with you. I don't know if y'all have watched them this year. Yeah, no, they're bad. They're bad. I think TJ Watt's hurt, I believe. Yes. He's on injured reserve. So their defense has really shit the bed since he's been out. It's kind of crazy that just one person could make a defense suffer as much as the Pittsburgh Steelers have this year, but it's true. And who are they starting? Are they starting Pickett, or is Trubisky still going? I don't even know.
Pickett, I'm sure.
I think it's Pickett, from what I've seen.
Am I still all fucked up?
Yeah, no, your video's off, but you're coming in clear now.
This is getting on my damn nerves.
But I'm not going to put any money on this, but I will say that I'd lean towards Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jesse. Definitely, I think I've got Tampa Bay here for the win, but I wouldn't even look to take the points.
I get real
too high.
I get real nervous on these high point spreads, man. I do, because you never know.
Usually in the NFL, man, when there's a high spread like that, they cover it. I'm not putting any money on it either, but I would take the Bucs and drop the 10 points. The Steelers are a discombobulated mess, and Kenny Pickett, it just didn't start off very well for him. And the Buccaneers is not a team I think that is a get right team by any stretch, even if they are banged up and not playing as well as they have been. Is that worthwhile? Could anybody understand that?
Kinda. You're starting to go out a little bit now. So we're all on the Tampa Bay bandwagon. The next game we have the Cincinnati Bengals. Are they ever going to get right? It seems they are laying 3 to the New Orleans Saints. Look, man, the Saints are on their third quarterback, I think. And they're only given 3 points. I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess Vegas is really down on the Cincinnati Bengals. Yeah, I don't know what that was, but John, whatever you're doing is creating a lot of feedback.
Is that any better?
Yeah.
God damn it. I swear to God, these Saturdays, man, it's driving me fucking crazy.
I've got everyone now.
Yeah, so John, I want to ask you, man, what's
Hang
going
on a minute. You can't ask me anything right now because I can't hear you. So
you can't? Okay.
As of usual. I think that what we ought to do, since this is a show that's based on odds and things like that, is anybody who's actually tuning in, we should leave an over-under on how many something was fucked up on this freaking Saturday broadcast, and people have
Cincinnati Bengals, what's going on with them? Why isn't Vegas giving them more credit?
Because they can't protect the quarterback. They can't protect Burrow.
Didn't they go out? didn't they go out and spend a lot of money on that interior offensive line this offseason?
Yep.
They did.
They got Alex Capper from the Chiefs, I think, who was an outstanding player for them. Yeah, and I don't know what's going on there. Burrow doesn't look himself at all. It's very strange.
Well, I would have to you have to find the common denominators, and in DC here, that is a problem because they can't seem to figure out that when you tie all of the players back to the one common denominator that has them all being terrible at the same time, it always seems to be coaching. All right, when everybody is bad and they what did they do? I don't know if the Bengals changed out their offensive line coach, but if you bring in new players and you keep giving them to somebody who failed, what do you expect?
Yeah,
right?
I'm taking Bengals and the points. I think Joe Burrow is just too good of a quarterback. Saints, they have Alvin Kamara, but
so
really not much else.
Well,
give me the Saints plus points, and I'm putting $100 on it.
All right, I tell you what, you're taking the Saints and the points. You're taking the Saints.
No, I'm taking the Bengals minus the points.
I thought. Yeah, you see Scotty's face. He's all flutter. You got the vapors thinking about that. You're taking the Saints.
Yeah, I've got the Bengals here, but I'm not taking the points and I'm not putting anything on this game.
See, I would take the Bengals. I will lay the 2.5 points, and I will put $250 on that.
3 points.
Because I tell you what, the Bengals, they can't protect the quarterback. The Saints, they don't have a quarterback, and the glorified gadget boy that they have playing quarterback right now, he might not play. So
Taysom Hill is
he's on the injury. Well? Yeah, he's on the injury report. So I just don't believe in the Saints. You know, I think that when Taysom Hill goes out and has a performance like he did last week, where he had 3 touchdowns or something like that, that's a fluke, man. I mean, granted, he does it often enough, but you can't rely on that. You can't say this is our offense. All right, so. You know, I think the Bengals, regardless of how bad they are protecting their quarterback, they're still the defending AFC champions. And the Saints, they're just a ragamuffin team. That's really what they are.
Agreed. Moving on. This is a weird line.
May I just say, that's the first time in the entirety of 2022 that I have used ragamuffin in a sentence, and I was serious.
Nice. Jacksonville going to Indy, and they are this Jags +1. I don't know what to make of the Jaguars. You have weeks where they play really good, and weeks where they're like, what the fuck? Right. Is this the team that's coming up on a rise? And the fucking Indianapolis Colts and Vegas is probably acting like me. Like, they don't know what the fuck to make of this game either. You don't know what Colts team you're going to get. Are you going to get the Colts that beat the Chiefs, or are you going to go get the Colts that almost got blown out or already got blown out by the Jaguars earlier on this year? Who the fuck knows? I don't know. I'm staying away from this game though.
I'll take a guess. I'm not betting, but I think that the Colts are going to win this game. I think that Ryan's going to have a few weapons back this week, and even though they don't have many, if you don't have what you have, there's nothing you can do. And yeah, you're right. The Jaguars are up and down. I think the Jaguars right now are in a situation where they've got a new coach with a quarterback who's in his second year, and even though he's doing better, second. All right, sophomore slumps are real, and even though he didn't light it up last year, it takes time to face the
Oh, John.
Again?
Yeah. Are you on your phone this time? I don't know what you said, but if you're on your phone, try getting off Wi-Fi and use your data. New England. Oh, wait a second, Scott. You didn't give us a pick for the Colts.
So I've gone for the Jags here. The Colts here. Apologies. And I think the Colts squeak this one out. I've looked at the injury report here, and both running backs again and both wide receivers are both again on the injury report. So for me, I think it's the Jags. I think it's the I don't know actually. I really don't know. But
I think I'm going to lean towards the Jags, man. If Jonathan Taylor's not going to play again, I'm definitely going to lean towards the Jags. I said it all off season. I thought the Colts were way overrated. they got exposed last year. Yeah, with Carson Wentz, we're getting the Carson Wentz experience here at home with Washington. But I just don't think they're that good of a team. I think they, every team has a really good game, and I think they played their really good game against the Kansas City Chiefs when they won. I think the Jaguars are getting better. So you know what? Instead of staying away from this game, I'm going to put $200 on Jacksonville +1.
How about now? Are we all right now? Did we come
your,
along with
your,
something?
your picture looks better too. So your face is
really
well, kind of. Your face is always fucked up, but let's
want to see my orgasm face?
New England is traveling to Cleveland to take on the Browns. This is another game. Is Mac Jones playing?
I don't know. Is it Bailey Zappi? Let me look it up and see.
Yeah,
I think it's Zappi again.
Zappi again. The Browns.
I just like saying Bailey Zappi.
Are the favored by 1, and I will definitely take them, especially if Bailey Zappi is playing under center for New England. Scott, what about you?
Yeah, I looked at this one, and it's Cleveland -1, I think. So I would take the points on this and take Cleveland for the win in Cleveland. I think they're just going to run the ball again. 2 great running backs, and put $200 on this for me.
There you go. Yeah, I'd take a good chunk and put a couple $100 on Cleveland -1. John,
I'm not putting any money on it, and I'm going to pick the Patriots to win. Bailey Zappi is going to come in, and because Jacoby Brissett used to play for Bill Belichick, and as we all know by the Dan Snyder expose this week, this is how the power players in the NFL work. So he's got dirt on what's the quarterback in Cleveland? Jacoby Brissett. He's got dirt on him because he saw him in the locker room. He's probably got pictures of him naked in the shower doing something to Tom Brady or something like that. All right, so watch. This is how it's going to work. See, Bill Belichick's going to go into Cleveland. He's going to say, "You people should have never fired me. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to kick your ass with Bailey goddamn Zappi." That's right, Bailey Zappi.
All right, moving on. New England, the New York Jets are laying are +7.5 against the Green Bay Packers. And you know what? I'm sorry. I think the Jets are playing better.
They are. They're 3-2.
Yeah, their quarterback that
Zach Wilson.
Yeah,
Zach Wilson with the MILF of a mom.
Yeah.
Right.
I think he's been playing better, especially he came back from injury. I'm going to take the Jets plus the points in this game. I think they're going to make it a closer game than you would think.
What about you, Scott?
So I'm staying away from this game as always, but I think that Green Bay win this one. I think it's in Lambeau, isn't it? So I can't see Rodgers losing in Lambeau against the Jets.
Yeah, they're going to be looking forward to the Commanders. See,
yeah,
right.
I
Packers
think
are going
Green
to be
Bay's going to
shaking
win. Green Bay's going to win, but I'm definitely. I think it's going to be a lot closer than you would think. So I'd definitely take the Jets plus the points.
I'll take the Jets plus the points.
7.5.
I'm not putting
that's pretty big.
I probably put say $50 on it if I decide to. I'm not taking too much on it, but I do like the Jets. They've got good running back. They've got good wide receivers right now, and Zach Wilson is playing all right football.
And their defense isn't half bad. His defense isn't half. Their defense isn't half bad either. They got a pair of really good young cornerbacks. And
Robert Saleh, he's a good coach.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, two more years, I think, for the Jets, and they'll be very competitive. I think year 4 under Saleh is probably where they want to be rising.
I could see that. And I mean, they've got the pieces that they've started to put in place. Whether it works out or not, you get the young coach and he gets his quarterback and he tries to make it happen. And that's what they have managed to do. The Packers, I think, are going to win the football game, but the Jets are a little bit more scrappy than they seem. And I think that the Packers are not as mighty as, somebody might think. I think that Rodgers, regardless of whether he's Aaron Rodgers or not, he's missing Devontae Adams. I think he's not as sharp as he has been. Their running game has been good. Aaron Jones is good, but it just hasn't been as explosive. They're not the guaranteed winner every week, and they got beat by fucking Daniel Jones and the Giants. So
if you're leaning towards the points on that one, Jesse, as well around that game, you also have to remember that they've just come back from London as well.
Yeah.
So that's always a little bit of a struggle.
I always love this angle of Scott on his camera because he looks like he's got a little hamburger bun hat on up there.
That's strange too, because usually after you have a game in London, you would get a bye.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's
it's unusual.
A note right now. Yeah, it is unusual. All right. Another reason that will be a closer game than you would might think. Baltimore Ravens and the New York Giants. This is where the Giants come back to earth, and Baltimore is favored by 5.5 points. And I'm taking the Ravens plus the points, and I think it's going to be a humongous win for the Baltimore Ravens. I think it's going to be like 35-15 or something like that. I think the Giants are going to come back to earth. They're going to crash back to earth, actually.
That sounds pretty harsh. I'll tell you what, it's almost tempting for me to take the Giants and the points and pick the Ravens to win. The Giants, they can run the ball, and if you look at them, they're not letting Daniel Jones lose the game. The dude's had fewer. I went last week just on a whim. I wanted to see where is he in the rankings? Where is he as a rated passer? Dude, they put the top 40 on the front page of the NFL.com stats. I had to go to the middle of the second page to find him. All right. Wow. And I'm not talking about, how I hate when you get the stats and you sort the stats and they've got a punter that passed one time and completed it. He's got the, so you got to go through 100 of those guys. But no, he's got the fewest number of attempts. I think Justin Fields and he are real close in terms of how many times they've actually thrown the ball. So Brian Dable, you got to give him all the credit in the world. Not only has he managed to turn the Giants season into something worth talking about in here in the first half, but he's smart enough to let Daniel Jones play football. So, give him that. But I'm not going to touch him. No, fuck that. Fuck the Giants.
Scotty?
Pick the goddamn Giants.
So I got Baltimore win here. No, as you said, it's going to be a back to earth game, this one. But I looked at the over-unders on here, and over 46 points is, for me, that's an easy over 46 points, I think, anyway. As you said, it's going to be the high 30s for Baltimore, I think. And the Giants will get themselves probably 10 points, I would have thought. So I'll take the over on that, over 46 points and a Baltimore win.
All right. Is Tua back?
No, he's out.
No, he's out again. Okay.
He's expected back next week.
Okay, so the Minnesota Vikings are traveling to Miami. They are a 3-point favorite. This is easy for me. I'm taking the Vikings all day.
Yep. I'll take the Vikings, but again, they're here. They play in? No, they played in England a couple weeks ago. Yeah. I'll take the Vikings, and I'm going to go ahead and lay the 3 points. Who are the freaking Dolphins quarterback this week? Because but their backup came in last week and got hurt. Bridgewater came in.
Bridgewater got hurt. Yeah. So who knows?
He's on the injury report as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Knows,
he hasn't competed all week.
This line seems like it should be a little bit more. It should be 4.5
I agree.
to 5. I'm taking the Vikings plus the points, putting $200 down on it.
This is a Kirk Cousins line. This is Vegas saying, you know what? If Kirk Cousins can fuck something up, he'll fuck this up.
It's true.
So, right. And, he is so white that once he gets out in the sun in Miami, that dude might just turn into like a shriveled up piece of bacon. Scott, you know what I'm talking about, right? You and your English fellas.
Yeah, man. Jeez. I'm there. He'll be the same color as my shirt and Jesse's hat, that's for sure. But I'm taking the Vikings here and the points. Put me down for $150 on that one.
Yeah, I'm putting $200 on the Vikings and giving 3.
San Francisco, Atlanta Falcons. San Fran is favored by 4.5. I'm taking
Skylar Thompson. Sorry, that's the quarterback for the Dolphins. Is Skylar Thompson.
Skylar Thompson. Oh, yeah. Who the fuck
is that? I'm betting anybody named Skylar.
I'm taking the Niners plus the points. This should be easy. Mariota's, it's the Falcons, man. Come on.
Yeah.
John?
Definitely the Niners and dropping the points. What was the spread on that? I don't have it up.
4.5.
Oh, hell yeah. And I don't care if they're traveling to Atlanta or not. I'm going to take the Niners and I'm going to drop that 4.5 points and I'm going to put $100 on it.
Yeah.
Because
I was saying I'll put 100 on it too. Scotty, what about you?
Exactly the same. This is exactly what I got wrote down. 49ers plus the points, $100. No problem. Easy win.
Plus the points means that they are getting the points. So we got to watch our little freaking tie-ons here.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
this is how you lose your money.
I mean,
people are gambling based on our recommendations, which by the disclaimer, if you do, you're an idiot.
Well, I think for the last 3 weeks, John, I've said to Jesse, I don't have a clue how you actually gamble. I have to go into decimals because that's how we use over here. We use fractional or we use decimals. So
yeah, that's weird. That's totally weird. That's
yeah,
way
that is just
that's way too difficult.
Weird ass people.
It's either you're going to win by 5 points, which is 4.5. So you got to win by 5.
This is why we fucking declared independence from you people. You were like, what percentages? Are you going to win by 3 or not? You know, come on.
That's
all right. So here's what you do, Scotty. You listen up, sports bettors. Your favorite sports book, BetUS.com, is back for our 28th year of NFL action with the industry's biggest sign-up bonus of up to 200%. BetUS offers our members the opportunity to cash in on all of your favorite sports, including NFL, UFC, and MLB. Is this still working? Oh, my God. StreamYard hasn't figured out I'm reading a commercial. If you're looking for live in-game betting, incredible odds with daily odds, boosters, props, and parlays, we got them. How about fast payouts and exceptional one-to-one customer service? What's the percentage on that there, Scott? 1-to-1. This is why you can't bet. All right, we got that too. Log into betus.com and call 1-800-792-3887. That's 800-79-BET-US. BetUS.com, where the game begins. Take us out, Scott.
Yeah.
BetUS.com.
There you go.
Carolina Panthers are plus 10. Heading to Los Angeles to play the Rams. And I'm sorry, I don't have that much faith in the Rams. I do, but not plus 10 points. That's a lot of points. That's a lot of points. So I'm staying away from this game. I mean, I'm picking the Rams to win, obviously, but
the Panthers made the best move that they've made in the last 3 years the other day, and they fired Matt Rule. They got rid of Matt Rule.
Not at all.
Right.
I think Matt Rule made the best move ever, getting paid $800,000 a month for the next 4 years.
Right,
yes,
that's true. He is, but honestly, see, that's just what the hell were the Panthers doing, even giving him that money in the first place? Holy shit!
Yeah,
you know,
a coach from Temple. I mean. Really?
Who looked and said, "I want all my Temple guys here." Yeah, you guys go what 6-10 every year,
and that's one thing that I know. A lot of fans from Commanders fans are like, "Let's go get a hot young college coach." That's what I'm afraid of right there is getting a fucking Matt Rule type.
Well, he wasn't even that hot of a young college coach.
No, I mean he did turn the Temple program around. We'll give him credit for that, but.
The Temple plays in what conference again?
A lot of college coaches just do not work out in the NFL.
What does Temple play in?
The college and NCAA.
Well, I understand that, but what conference do they play?
Oh,
I gotta go look that up.
Like East Mac or fucking whack? No, not whack.
Exactly. Whoever they're playing is fucking whack. Turning them around. It's when you're talking about turning around a program.
It might be the Big Ten.
They're like they're not in the Big Ten. Temple
or the Big East, or what was
the Big East?
Is the
football
Big East still going on? Yeah,
for football, I don't know, but Jesus Christ, that's like turning around a golf cart. It's not really that hard to do. All right, you're not really. You don't have much standing in front of you if you really want to turn things around. Got to go beat up on Hofstra.
They were ranked though. They were ranked in the top 25 after he left or before. He left.
I always find the rankings. We're going to get off topic here.
It's whack.
The rankings are so fucked up and stupid. The rankings in the old days were because it took 2 days to get the news back from the West Coast. So you needed the goddamn Associated Press to tell you who was good and who wasn't. That's how you had to have rankings. Nowadays, you don't need to do that and shit. And this the bullshit about coaches' rankings. Jesus Christ. Let me ask you this, Scott. If you were a coach of an NCAA football team, who would you rank in the top 25 every week?
Alabama, Michigan, Ohio State,
or your own
LSU,
team.
your own opponents, right?
Yeah.
You're right. You look at your own schedule and go, how can I boost myself by boosting this shit? And you don't have time to watch any of these other teams. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Penn State got their ass kicked by Michigan today. You think they've watched any tape on Alabama? Fuck no. They don't know. So,
all right, moving along. Wait a second. Did we finish the Rams? Everybody got the Rams.
No, we didn't pick. I'm taking the Rams, and I'm dropping the points because this is a get-right game for the Rams all day long. Steve Wilks, they might get up to play a little bit for Steve Wilks, but the Rams have too much power. They're going to get right on against this team and make Baker Mayfield eat shit. That's right.
Rams for me. I think 10 points is still too high, but yeah, I'll take the Rams.
Arizona is traveling to Seattle. Seattle's been playing halfway decent, or better than a lot of people thought coming into the season. They were one of the 32nd ranked team coming into the season, but they played good football with Geno Smith under the helm. The Cardinals are favored by 1. This is a coin flip game for me, but I guess I'm going to side with the Cardinals. I'm going to stay away from this game though, betting any money from it. Scott, what about you?
Yeah, I think Kyler Murray gets it done with his legs, and an Arizona win just. But again, I don't know. If I'm being honest with you, this is one I'm like, I've got no clue over. But I'm just taking it because it's Geno Smith, and he always throws a pick here and there, or does as a stupid mistake. Pretty much like some ginger quarterback that we know, but hey.
John.
All right, so I'll give you a fun fact. All right, this is a tripped out fact that is true, because Kyler Murray can fly on airlines and ride on trains for half price because he's so small. The Cardinals have to factor that into their salary cap. So
that's stupid.
If the Cardinals really need to get under the cap, if they're strapped, they can hide him in like a big suitcase and put him in the luggage rack, and then they don't have to pay anything extra for him whatsoever to go to Seattle. But I think he's going up there and he's winning this football game because I don't believe in Geno Smith either. And I tried to this week pick him up in my free agency in my fantasy league, because my quarterbacks are just dreadful this year so far. And I was going to figure, okay, I'll stream him, but somebody was stupid ahead of me. So yay. I'm picking Kyler Little Man Murray and his half price. He can also, by the way, after the game, if he plays well, they take him to Shakey's for pizza.
Oh, good God. Buffalo is traveling to Kansas City.
So his contract
Buffalo is favored by 2.5 points. This is going to be a good game.
Great game.
Yeah, but I'm taking Buffalo plus the points. Kansas City hasn't been Kansas City-esque this year. I mean, they've been good. Don't get me wrong, but they just don't.
Women are as ugly as ever.
But yeah, I'm taking
just kidding.
Buffalo minus the points.
Scotty.
Yeah. Well, I am taking Kansas City at home, and I've looked at this and I think over 54. Again, I'll go on the over-under. I think over 54 points is where I would go. I'll put 100 on over 54 points. I think Travis Kelce last week getting 4 touchdowns. Mahomes looked like he was getting right again, doing Mahomes things. So I will take Kansas City. Not that I don't like Buffalo. I think they are a very, very good side, and I think they will most likely be in the Super Bowl. I think this is the AFC from a couple of years ago, isn't it? It's the AFC.
It was the AFC playoff game last year. Yeah.
Or was it last year? Okay.
Last year with the big controversy. Was the big controversy about that.
That's right, yeah.
Bills are my Super Bowl winner, my Super Bowl pick. And I think the Bills defense is just too good. And I don't have that much faith in the Kansas City Chiefs defense.
I think that I'm going to also go with the Bills, and I will give the 2 points because Kansas City just seems a little discombobulated. And yeah, they kind of got right last week playing against the Raiders, who are not a bad defensive front. But the Bills, look, man, I think Josh Allen to Stephon Diggs is a combination that is going to be ringing fucking bells for a long time. This is one of those things that you're going to remember, right? When you're, kids these days, they're going to remember back to now and remember that combination, because this, if things go the way they should go for Buffalo.
What happened to John? If they should go the way that they should go, what did you say, John?
And there I went. What the fuck?
There you go. You're back. You're back. You're back. You're back. You're back.
Holy fuck. Yeah, I can fucking stupid shit.
All right. Dallas Cowboys, Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles are favored by 6 fucking points. Is Dak Prescott back? No.
Nope.
Is Dak back?
Cooper Rush will lead them to victory.
Victory.
The Red
Cooper
Rocket.
Rush.
I'm taking Dallas plus the points. And I'm putting 100 macaroons on it.
Where is this game?
It's in Philly.
In Philly.
I'm going to take Philadelphia, but I'm not touching the points. I'm taking Philadelphia at home, but I'm not touching anything that has to do with it, especially Cooper Rush and his Red Rocket.
I'm picking Philly to win, but Dallas.
You're taking the points.
Cover.
Yeah, I got you.
Dallas will cover. Who knows, man? This might be one of them Philly letdown games. I don't think Dallas is that good, but it's a Sunday night game under the lights. Let's see Jalen Hurts under the lights. What do you think, Scotty?
Yeah, I've got Philly for the win, and again, I'm staying away from it like John. I don't want to touch the points on this. Again, it's an NFC East matchup. It could go either way. Cooper Rush hasn't been as bad as everyone's making out. He's winning games. CeeDee Lamb's still there. The Dallas are an okay side, but Philly, was it 6-0, wasn't it, for them?
Yep. They're the only undefeated team in the NFL.
Right.
Yep. I think they'll stay the only undefeated team.
No, fuck them, though.
Yeah, fuck.
Agree.
That's what
I hope they tie. Fuck them. I hope they tie.
That'd be awesome.
All right.
I have the Cowboys defense in my fantasy league. Jesus Christ, they fucking roll me up the points. So go Cowboys defense. Smack Jalen Hurts around. And tie.
Denver Broncos are a 4.5 point underdog to the Chargers. What the hell happened to Russell Wilson, man? I mean, you guys.
I don't know. He's not been right for the last couple of years. He's hit Lockett a lot. He's just not been right. We saw it last year when he came back from. He was hurt. He had a bad hand, right? His wrist got hurt last year, if I remember right.
He has not been good this year.
When he played us on Monday Night Football, he was off by miles.
Yeah.
So,
and this year, Denver fans are hearing Denver fans upset about the trade. They gave so much up to go get him. And he's just hasn't played good whatsoever.
Didn't I say that was too much? It's just you cannot put all of that in so much. Look what the 49ers right now. They're lucky to keep winning, but look how much they spent on what's his name? It's Trey Lance, who's played one game for him. Right. And it's just so much to spend, man. I know that the quarterback is the most important position, but my God, you gotta have a fail-safe, man.
Yeah, and his contracts, yearly contracts. I mean, compared to Carson Wentz, I'm much happier with Carson Wentz in that deal than what I see in Russell. I mean, of course, I would have wanted, earlier this, before in the offseason, I wanted Russell Wilson, obviously, but I'm kind of glad we didn't get him. Looking at it now.
I mean, look, Seattle fans aren't missing him, are they? Let's be honest. I mean, they got Geno Smith under center, so it's just. I mean, who?
Go ahead.
Who would you prefer right now? Would you prefer Wilson or Geno Smith on the form as it is right now?
Probably Geno Smith.
Exactly. Weird.
Just weird. Looking at it from this year, I mean, Geno's outperformed Russell Wilson, and it's not really that close either.
It's a lot about coaching. It boils down to that a lot.
You got the thing about it is this goes back to the past couple of years in Seattle. I mean, Pete Carroll's a good coach.
Yeah,
Russell Wilson hasn't been the good player.
He's been trying to trade him for 2 years, right? He didn't. Yeah. He kind of dangled him out last year, but he didn't do anything, and then he did trade him this past year. So.
Yeah. I'm taking the Chargers. I'm taking the Chargers with the spread. They're going to beat them by 5 or more points, and I'll put $200 on that. I got zero faith in the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to take the Chargers and drop points too, and I'm going to put $100 on that.
Same, $100, and they'll win by at least 5. LA Chargers. Yeah.
See, that's how the bet is made, Scott. If it's a 5-point spread, they got to win by at least 5.
Okay. Well, there goes my head.
Actually, no, they have to win by 6 because if it's 5, it's called a push. Nobody wins, or in lots of casinos, you lose.
Yeah, a lot of the spreads are halves.
Yeah,
so
that's what that's for, to avoid the push.
Yeah. Well,
all right. So who do we have left here? That's it. Well, we got a couple of minutes, just real quick. Okay, so we'll take a quick informal poll amongst 3 of our 4 Bleeding Burgundyites here. Should Carson Wentz not be able to play the next 6 weeks? Who do you want to see, Jesse?
Wait, what? Your micro machine Manning. Slow down.
Fucking God!
I think he said, who would we like to take over the next 6 weeks because Carson Wentz isn't available? Would you take Heineke or would you take Howell?
Right. That's what I said. I at this point would take Heineke.
This a hypothetical question?
No, he's hurt. He's got a broken finger.
Oh, he's got a broken finger.
He's got a fractured ring finger.
I haven't. I didn't know. Is he going on IR?
No, he's been to see a specialist, I think, and they were saying that he's gone to LA to see a specialist. It could be, I've heard 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, all sorts. But I think they're also looking at the bicep as well at the same time.
Yeah, you have to put in Heineke. You got to put in Heineke.
Yeah.
You can't until the season is over. You can't play like it is.
You can't. How even if we want to see how, I don't think you can risk him right now. You let him develop. Let him. Well, if there is a chance that he is our future quarterback, let's do it the right way. Let's not throw him out there to the wolves. Things are not going well right now. Our offensive line isn't protecting well right now. So do not, don't put him out there for damage. Let him sit. Let him learn. And
right. Put Heineke out there to get hurt. And no, quite honestly, I think that you can't do that to Heineke. All right, Heineke's the number 2 on this team, and you can't just look at him and say, "Oh, well, you know what? No, you're not."
Yeah.
Hal has only shown a little bit in preseason games against guys that are on his same level. 4th quarter preseason players, 2nd half preseason players, or game 3 preseason players. Heineke, at least at this point, gives us the best chance to continue to try to resurrect the season. And you can't play until it's, a lot of people are like, "Oh, just take the season." Okay, but it's not over yet. And until it's over, you can't play like it is. You got to keep trying.
And since you're breaking up just a little bit, John, just to build off that, Heineke's earned that number 2 spot.
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of us poked fun at him last year a little bit. We know he has a noodle arm, but he knows
he's a number 2. He's a number 2.
He's a number 2, and he earned it. He did play well enough to earn that spot on this team. And so, I'm happy with Heineke out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's what he's here for. This is exactly what he's here for.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's exactly right.
I mean, he's not here to be a full-time starter. He's here if something happens to our starter, and that's it.
Right. That's right.
So when's the Texans game?
That's later on in the season, right?
Yeah, I mean, how many games away are we talking?
I think it's like week 13, something like week 13, 14, something like that.
Right. So I would play Heineke if he's going to be out all this time until we get to pretty much the Texans game, because then that is the point where we're at the 70% for Wentz's snaps, which actually, if he does have this time out for Wentz anyway, it wouldn't count.
Yeah. I mean, if he misses 5 weeks, that's it. We don't have to give up that second round pick. So what again? Let's do it. Fuck it.
So wasn't Scotty just saying how hard it is for him to bet because of percentages? Dude, what are you talking about?
It just entered my mind then. I was like, hold on, if he's out for 5 weeks,
counting plays when it's hurt.
But no, I think coming to the Texans, if we're still in the same sort of position of where we are and the season's pretty much done, that's when you see what you've got with somehow to see the season out.
Yeah,
we have to know. We have to know before we go to the draft.
Well, even then, because then you start to have the question: should Ron Rivera be picking a quarterback?
Yeah,
and I don't
agree.
If it's to that situation where it's a lost season and we're throwing a guy out there in week 10 or 12 because you can't do anything else, and we're just trying to at this point evaluate talent. I'm sorry. This is parity, and this is the way the NFL is now. The games are for almost every team matter all the way up until the very end. And if you're in that situation, I don't want to see Ron back. I don't want to see him picking another quarterback. I just think at that point you have proven that you're not. You just can't get it done. You cannot get it done. I don't want to hear about it. Year 3 we should expect a 5-win season. If we're at that point, man, fucking blow the whole thing up. Let the new coach come in and decide whether Sam Howell's his guy. So, and for all of you people out there that want to tell me, oh, well, then who are you going to get? Shut up. Who the fuck knows?
Who are you going to get? Or who the fuck are you going to get?
Who cares? You can't. I mean, it's almost like has nobody ever broken up with somebody? Broke up with a girl or something like that?
We've had so many breakups,
Right. So, yeah. Do you ever worry, oh God, I'll never get laid again?
I don't know, man. It's been a hot minute for me, so.
Not a good-looking guy like you, Jesse.
Y'all are breaking up. All right, is that it?
Yeah, I think that's it. Now that we've learned all about your lack of a sex life.
Yeah.
It might be the beard,
No, it's not.
I don't know, man. My beard, I get a lot of compliments on the beard. So
yeah, I'm sure she'd say, I'd suck your dick if it wasn't for that beard, but it is nice.
All right, we'll be back on Friday. We're taking a little break. Since we already did our game review yesterday. So we'll be celebrating our 103rd episode of
our third anniversary of our 100th episode. That's what it'll
third
be.
Anniversary. So we're going to try to line something up. We're going to try to get John to do a song or something or other if he can get off his lazy ass. And
oh yes, look, I'll tell you what though, we did debut a hot new segment yesterday, the 5-second film breakdown. The 5-second film breakdown is going to be a big hit. So
good. Yeah. All right, fellas. Until next time.
All right, we're left hand up and whatever.
Left middle finger up.
Left middle finger up. All right, see you guys later.
Later.
See you later. Take care.